We have a phenomenal speaker who has stepped in and continuously steps in and fills the gap within the Stewart Foundation, has been a major attribute and asset to what we do here with our foundation. And he has stepped in today once again. He is actually here standing in the gap for Greg Shedrick because he and his wife have gone to Rosemary's 40th class reunion. So he's here with Tyler this weekend, right? Stepping in with Greg, serving as Tyler's mentor. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please, please put your hands together for Mr. Lee Wright.
I think it's open. Can we see it? Is it there? Yep. Hey everybody, how you doing? Good. So, you kind of see me hanging around a little bit, but we always open up with a joke, right? So, true Hollywood story. A couple days ago, I was in Walmart and this guy said, "Hey, come here." I'm like, he's like, "Hey, come here." I'm like, "Dude, really? What do you want?" He said, "What did the guy say when his dog went over the cliff?"
What did he say?
Doggone, right? So here, and I think all the briefings that's been going on, they definitely have been amazing. You know, and so some of the things we got to do is, how do we do it? Everybody want to know that math, man. How do I solve this issue? How do I think better? How do I implement these things in my daily decision-making processes? Next slide, please. And I call them life moments, right? Does everybody remember the time, you know, the older folks probably do. Yeah. Sometimes the younger folks do. Those times, man, the moment that you finally get it, like what they were talking about, right? So like think about when you're in school and the teacher's on the board. Man, it's hard to figure out that math problem. Like, oh man, what is it? And then finally you get it, like, aha, I got it. So here we go right here. Understanding information or guidance in choosing. What? I need to step over. Okay. In choosing. Choosing what? What path to take. Once you get it, what path are you going to take? What path are you going to take? And that's something that you need to kind of talk to yourself about, because you're going to be inundated with decisions to make about your life journey. I'm not going to say daily, but weekly. All right? So one of the things I would ask you to do is tap into each other continuously, because you're creating this relationship. Look at the network to your left and right. You are the torch. You got the gas to the torch to pass the flame. Just like the Olympics, right? That torch, man, when it starts, hey, don't let it go out. Don't let it go out. And you get to choose not to let it go out. Within your community, right there, the council, the student council, the youth council, that's your community, your local community from now on. And the other one, knowing that once you know the right way to face, will you do it? Will you face that right direction at all times? Man, you're going to have your friends, you're going to have your parents, you're going to have people that you meet that have titles that are important. They're going to give you guidance. Will you continuously face the right direction? Will you? And it's understandable, okay? It is very understandable to waver a little bit. That's just life. Life delivers that to you. Well, you might have to take a knee and relax for a minute, get yourself together, stand back up, and go that direction that you know you need to go. So your life journey will be a little easier. And understand this, right? The reason that we sit up here and people talking to your life is because we lived a life of trial and error. That's it, trial and error. And we're trying to reduce your error as you handle your trials. Okay, that's it. We're just trying to help you reduce your errors, because they're going to come. You know what? Guess what? Just go ahead and say you're going to fail at things. But fail in the beginning and fail often and get it over with. Okay, and stand back up. Why? Because you have each other. I know you have each other's numbers. I know you text stuff to each other. I know you follow each other on social media. That community that you have now, cling to it. And cling is a big word. And we kind of use it in a negative manner, but cling to each other. With every strength in your sandwich clamp, okay? Next slide. The sheep, the blinded effort. Can anybody in the council tell me what does a sheep do? Big fella?
A sheep is like someone who, essentially is somebody who like follows the crowd, isn't really like, well like, yeah, they follow the crowd, they kind of only like, yeah, they're easily persuaded, they don't really think for themselves.
Correct.
They think with others.
And
Yeah.
okay, Tyler.
They're people who don't stand out or try to stand out.
Say again.
They're people who don't stand out or even try to stand out.
Okay, they stay in the background, right? Okay, and just go along with the flow of the crowd, no matter what direction the crowd is going, maybe. All right. So one unique trait of the sheep is they're afraid. They're scared. They're fearful. That's why one dog can herd hundreds of sheep. And guess what? Every time those sheep run for their life, even if they see that dog every day, they think it's going to kill them. So guess what? That lead sheep is so afraid if it goes over a cliff, it doesn't matter. The other ones are so afraid they're going right behind it. And the dog's like, hey, stupid. I didn't say go over the cliff. I said go this way. But that's what fear will do. It will paralyze us from making decisions, for one. But two, it would allow us to follow people who we think have our best interests in mind. And the entire time, hey, here we go. Let's just be honest. A lot of folks have malicious intent. And they'll hide it behind friendship. That we've been inundated to believe a friend is supposed to be this, a title, right? I will ask you, please, whatever you do, verify people in your space.
Excuse me, sir. Can you repeat that one more time?
Which one? Verify?
No.
Okay. Yeah, a friend, okay, in historical data. I can remember maybe one friend I had in high school that I called friend. Maybe one. And I went to high school 4 years. They're not going to be there. Sorry. So the importance you give them in that title of friend, you have to make sure that that friend shows themselves approved. Period. Every time. And don't call people your friend before they show themselves approved. Because then that malicious intent is going to be you, that blinded sheep. You're just going to believe that title is there for you. And you know when they're going to abandon you? When you need them most. They're like, hold up. Now this is a good one. Check this out. I was a friend to you, but you sure wasn't a friend to me. You are not my friend. Now, hey, don't test that. Don't test that. Don't test it. Verify your friendships. All right? And don't assume. Okay? And I said, easily mimicked and recycled trick. Right? Just following people. And if we do that, now understand, old folks have a responsibility to let you know, to not give you information they heard, that they verified. Why? Because they're going to recycle crap if they do. And they want to set all younger generation up for as much success as possible. It's important. So the truth, that was honesty, right? Wasn't that honesty? Okay. She talked about the truth. And she's a little rugrat. Right? Okay, go ahead. You have a question?
How do you verify your friends?
By not giving them a title. Let them be themselves. Because listen, once you give somebody a title, you're going to give them benefit of the doubt that they would uphold that title. And you know what else you're going to do? No matter what they do, you're going to see them at that title. So you're making an excuse for them treating you bad. Because they have the title. You see? And guess what? And I hadn't got to that slide yet, but I'll hold it off. I got some more good stuff for you. You see that? Do your research. Okay, well, there we go. No problem. That's perfect. Okay? Somebody tell me the definition of support or supporting. Not you. You tell me.
When you're able to have somebody's back, or you're able to help guide them in any way.
Okay.
Support can be like showing that you're happy for other people's achievements.
Okay. Anybody else? Big fella? President that's going to lose his job soon? Go ahead. Me and Tyler down. Go ahead.
Support is it's just being that backbone, being the pillars that hold something up. You know, not giving your all, but giving just enough, like giving something to help.
Okay. Okay, like this building.
Good job.
I do something? Oh.
Honesty had her hand.
Okay, I didn't see you. My bad. Go ahead, Honesty.
Support is like cheering people on, like, ooh, you got this.
Okay. Support. You got this. You can do it. Let's go. Dig deeper. Right? Okay. So just look at the building. All right? So if it was in mud, because the foundation is bad, would you be sitting in here? No, sir. So you know the risk. That goes back to the first slide. Once you get it and you know, what direction do you face? That's right. You have to make that determination as soon as possible in your life. Don't just live your life, man. I know this is a huge request, right? Because you got so many days ahead of you than you do behind you. But I would tell you, this is the answer to the trick question in the stock market and everything we ever wanted to know. This is what this foundation is giving you, the answer to the test that you always wanted. Okay? Make sure that you are selective and you live your life on purpose. I didn't say with a purpose because, man, that's going to come and go. You will eventually understand what a purpose is. I get that, right? I get that, but you live it on purpose. You actively participate in your day. Actively. What does that mean? I will not let somebody that I gave the title of friend or somebody with an inherent title, right? Let's talk about this for a hot second. Or somebody that's got a governmental contract with a title. You know what those things are, right? Like, hey, I love you forever. Well, the piece of paper might say you're supposed to or you should, but there's action in that. Right? There's action in that. What is that action? Support. Check this out. Okay, everybody listen to this. Support without sacrifice. Why do I say that? Usually when you're supporting somebody, you're smiling. That's what Honesty said. Cheer them on. You got this. Because you know what you need to do to support them. And you voluntarily step out on that. I got that. But boy, I tell you what now, a lot of sacrifice make you frown. I can't eat those bananas? No. I got to sacrifice my hips and my gut from that candy? No. I got to work out, man. Ooh-wee. I can't hang out with them? Most sacrifices have frowns to them. So I would ask you this. Just take it in consideration. Support people instead of sacrificing for them. You sacrifice for yourself. Because now most folks not going to allow themselves to let themselves down. That's one. But for two, you got to sacrifice to achieve and grow for yourself. And as you do that, anybody that you have already verified to be in your space, they deserve support. Why do I say they deserve? That way your energy is not wasted. Return on investment. So please actively participate in your life and have way more smiles than frowns, all right? A leader. Woo, man. Everybody want to be a leader, right? Well, let me let you know something. You can't lead anything unless you can follow. Period. So you need to be a professional follower before you can be a good leader. Because guess what? You know what? That's building your foundation to support your roof. And I say that because it's going to come back one day to you. Where you're going to want to lead something, but you don't want to listen to anything somebody got to tell you about doing something as a team member. But you want to be in charge. Hold on now. Hold on. I won't listen to what I'm being asked to do, but I want to tell people what to do? What? That makes zero sense to me, in my opinion. So think about that. So since you're young, learn how to be a follower. Learn how to be that active team member that's produced. And do what you volunteer to do, because employment is voluntary. Anybody know different, right? Employment is voluntary, right? We can agree on that. You know what? You make a promise to the person who hires you that you will do what you promise to do as that description prints out. And the words in that job description. You promise. That's your word. But what do we see? We see some folks that shine, and we see some folks that pawn that responsibility on their teammate left and right. Without pause. Hey, I'm not going to do it. Hey, that high-speed person, that go-getter step up. And then that's where we got the work-life balance, because that person working overtime is supporting you, not going by your obligation. So understand this. I cannot repeat it enough. You must be a professional follower, team member, before you could ever even think about being a leader. And then if you do that and you perfect your craft, your skills, guess what, man? When it's time to lead, you're going to get it. Okay? No, go back, please. Mental maturity. Hey, it's two ways on that, right? I got to use both of them because I like the 180 degrees. You have mental maturity and mental immaturity. All right? Mental immaturity. Can anybody give me something that may exist? It could be an adult, a mentor, a mentee, and mental immaturity. Anybody? Okay.
Not having sympathy for others.
Not having sympathy for others. Okay. Anybody else? President?
Closed off mindset.
Okay. That's right. Closed off mindset. Okay. Yes, sir.
Catching a tantrum when it's time to do stuff.
Okay. Catching a tantrum. Okay. Getting upset at the least thing when it's time to work or get something done.
Not taking on responsibility.
Not taking on responsibility. Mental immaturity. Yes?
Could it be being petty with business?
100% it could mean that. That's right. 100% it could. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am?
Not being accountable for your actions.
Accountability, right? Self-accountability. That's like that self-confidence. Whoa, they go together. Watch out now. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, so I'm going to give you a real good one too. Clinging on to negativity.
Complaining.
And you say you're smart. Not letting go of things that may have frustrated you or bad things people done to you as you on your life journey. You hold on to that. Listen, to motivate you now. You got to be kidding me. Because there's no point time that I will ever use something negative that happened in my life to motivate me in the present. Why? Because I came through it. So I got some positive in that. What was my action? You see, what was my action? That's what I focus on. Because, man, I tell you now, we have been conditioned to focus on conflict and negativity. That's the first thing we look at. You know what? If we got that positive outlook on things and we're selective on who we invite in our space, think about that. I can kind of almost predict what I'm going to do for a time of the future. Why? Because I got folks, because I select and you have say so, you select people that got skills and talent in your space. I challenge you to do that. Why? Because guess what? At any given time, y'all going to have to lean on each other's shoulder. And if I'm mooching off somebody else's skills and talent, nobody can lean on my shoulder because I need their skill and talent to get me going. That's that friend thing. That's those titles we give or those inherent titles that we have. Select people in your space that have skills and talent. And I'm not saying skills and talent to propel you. I'm saying skills and talent to propel themselves. And they're trying. You know, they're disciplined. They sit there and do things to help their life be better. Man, you know what? That's some constructive conversations are going to come out of your talks. But guess what? If I don't have skills and talent, we're going to talk about TikTok. We're going to talk about what I saw the other day. Or we're going to talk about family members. Oh, yeah, you know, or friends. Oh, yeah, they sorry, they doing all this. I don't know why they bring that over here. You see the conversations? But people got skills and talent, man. Imagine sitting around Gwen. You know what? Come on. Imagine sitting around these mentors in here. We might say some stuff, but boy, we get right on topic of skills and talent and how we can help. And that's what I call to action for you to do that. Select folks around you that have skills and talent. And that would definitely help your mental maturity in making decisions. Yes, ma'am. Next slide. Man. So now this one right here, I can't answer it for you. We have come too far. I have come too far. Right? So think about, most of us, we spent 12 years in school. 13 if we went to pre-K. And 13 if they taught us how to stack blocks in daycare. Or 14. However long you had to stay in school to learn something. We've come too far to not keep learning. To be stuck in a way. We've come too far not to expand our mind and keep that good information come in. Why? It's going to help make us better and select people that's got skills and talent around us. And you know what else is going to help us do? To give back. At some point, when that cycle comes around for the give back, and it could be any time, man. It could be you identifying somebody in school that's struggling. Or that's being segregated because they're a certain gender or a certain color or sexual orientation or a belief. Your give back and say, come on, here's a safe space. We've come too far not to do that. We've come too far not to keep growing mentally in our space, making it stronger. Right? I've come too far to sit on my duff. I'm telling you now. Hey, if I was going to do that, I should have done it 40 years ago. Right? A lot of business owners, guess what? I know you get to the point like, man, I can't do this. But you know you've come too far and put too much hard work into it to quit. And that's the same thing. I would say youth, I would say this right here. You've come too far to mess your life up on being mentally immature and lazy. Don't do it. You make sure you put folks around you that's got skills and talent. And, you know, I think everybody's saying the same thing. Your elders are vital to your success. Even when you're not making the right decisions. Lean on those elders to get you right, to snatch you up. And like I said in that first slide, face you back in that right direction that they know you deserve. Please, you do that. That concludes. I don't think I got another slide. That's the last one, right? Yes. Yep. Hey, that concludes my presentation. So I challenge you, right? I challenge you. All right, no problem.
Great job. Good job. Wow. Life moments. Boy. Woo, Mr. Wright gave you all a lot of life moments. Like at that road, right? Of making the right decision. Life moments. Keeping your eyes on the prize. That's excellent. Thank you, Lee. Great job. Great job.